Hi guys, welcome back to the Astrology. Today I'm going to be doing this video for the transit of Saturn, and in the transit Saturn is getting in the retrograde motion from July 13th onwards. Now I promised in the monthly reading for the month of July that I will be recording the transit video for Saturn's retrograde because it's a crucial one, and I wanted to share some perspective with you guys as to how it can be impacting us. Now Saturn, of course, is considered to be a malefic, and thereby when a planet which is retrograded, which is considered to have a very high Cheshtabal, a part that is seen in the Shadbala. Many of you who come to my readings, I share the Shadbala scores as well for each of the planets with you guys. And there you would have noticed that it is a component, it's a part. And depending on the Shadbala score of a planet in your chart, you are able to realize that what sort of an impact, positive or negative, auspicious or inauspicious, can be seen in your life. And thereby, in general considerations, Saturn, which is considered to be a malefic, when he gets retrograded, usually because of that Cheshtabal being high, because now the Shadbala overall being higher than normal, the ability of this malefic planet to deliver results is increased. Now, whether or not Saturn's impact in your chart through the transits retrograde will be positive or negative will highly be dependent on the score, on the strength, on the dignity of Saturn in your natal chart. Now, again, I cannot be giving you general indications on that front. Very crudely speaking, somebody might say that an exalted Saturn in most of the charts or in the charts where it is a yoga karaka planet like that for Libra is usually delivering good results. But I have noticed that people with exalted Saturn in Libra or in other zodiacs as well, they tend to struggle with their lives even in their Saturn dashas in Sadesatis. Now, why is that? Because you've got to understand that what is the dignity? Is it direct? Is it retrograde? What is the Shadbala of your planet? How is it positioned? What house, what placement? And based on that, within the particular sign, what kind of points he is getting within Pisces, for example, if he is transiting right now, what sort of points he is getting. And thereby, you will be able to derive a much more comprehensive understanding. However, since it is my fiduciary responsibility to share a generalized perspective which can have an overarching effect, I will be talking during the course of this video to give you a sense that what you should anticipate. But the accurate measure of it will come through if you are able to analyze your natal version as well. I hope, folks, you get a perspective of what I'm trying to say here. And now we should just deep dive to see what sort of a impact you will see with this transit, folks. So, Aries, what's happening is that your 10th Lord and 11th Lord, Saturn, is placed in the sign of Pisces and getting retrograded in the 12th house. Now, if you're watching this from an Aries moon sign perspective as well, you have to understand that this is your first phase of Sadesati, and now Saturn has got retrograded for the first time this Sadesati for you. So, one bit is that 10th Lord and 11th Lord in the 12th house hasn't been one of the best situations to be in, and especially if you are watching this from a Sadesati perspective, this is going to be a time of relief. Unexpected, unheard of, not anticipated. But for Aries, when where Saturn doesn't have a hugely positive relationship with Mars, his retrogression is going to bring a lot of relief for you guys. You will feel as if for the next few months you are going to get a monkey off your back. And I'm emphasizing this for the folks who are watching this from a moon sign perspective. Nevertheless, it feels difficult to have Saturn in your 12th house next to your Lagna or your moon sign. But this is going to be a period where he is almost going to be appearing as if moving toward the sign of Aquarius. Now, guys, I've been emphasizing this for all zodiac signs across this entire reading for the other zodiacs too, that Saturn is the karaka of work, career, profession, karmas in your life, whilst Rahu depicts AI, digital technology transformation, something hidden, decision science. And Saturn is moving in towards that direction, which means that at a mundane level, there is going to be some significant revelation which is going to happen in the next few weeks during this retrograde period. But more importantly, for us watching daily astrology, it is crucial that you understand that in your work, career, profession, you will have to adapt technology, AI at some degree or the other. Whether you are a student watching this video, working professional, business person, whatever walk of life, sphere of life you're coming from, you will have to embrace this shift. And it is going to act as a multiplier, because then Saturn is going to almost magnify along with Rahu your 11th house of gains, goals, objectives, desires, whatever you may. Your 10th Lord sitting in the 12th in retrogression is going to demand some extra bit of an effort. Yes, you've been putting out a lot of effort since Saturn moved into Pisces. But since that shift from March, there has been this unexpected pressure, this unexpected uh, push that has been coming your way. But now with this retrogression, at least you are going to find this window where you could go back and finish those unaccomplished goals, something that you felt was almost coming to you and couldn't be achieved, might pan out positively again. So that is a good bit, especially from a career work perspective, that you will see a shift. Then this is also going to be a good period in terms of you realizing some monetary gains, financial gains, especially if you are related to a healthcare related sector, services sector in general. You are going to see a positive influx of money coming your way. There could be some level of career growth, progression, uptick that might come your way, which was promised to you earlier. It did not materialize. This could be the time where you could go back to your boss and say that where that promotion has been missing, please don't deny that opportunity to me. Might as well work out for you. So that is another bit that is going to be coming into play for you. Then this Saturn is also going to promise success for people who are related in import export related businesses. Your career, if it is associated with multinational corporations, if you are in a role that involves interfacing with foreign people, foreign connections, you are going to see a positive tick there too. You will realize that uh, networks from long distances, large distances, people that you've not been touched for a while are going to reconnect with you, and they would also collaborate with you, work with you to uh, help you strengthen whatever you want to achieve. So feel free to share your fears, feel free to share your challenges, problems, obstacles that you've been facing for a while. And you never know who could be the right person who can give you the right support needed at this point in time. Saturn from here will be giving retrograded aspects into the other houses as well. His first aspect will be into your second house. There is a possibility that many of you might have to do some degree of travel. It could be a temporary relocation. It could be a travel for a certain duration for a few weeks, or could simply be that your family is expected to stay away for some or the other reason from you. Means for a student, it could be a relocation from one city to another, getting into a hostel, starting your college degree, maybe changing your college place itself. From a working professional, you might have to unexpectedly see some kind of a transfer situation or travel related to work. I think uh, it is not necessary that you might have to shift from your current residence, but there is a possibility that you might have to witness an increased amount of day-to-day travel as well. Work from home could come to an end for many of you. So that could be an uneasy situation, and you will realize that you will have to now put travel time into place, which will keep you away from family. It will also bring, see, all of it is not going to be rosy. Okay. It's also going to bring some shift in your food consumption patterns. You will realize that um, the kind of discipline, regimen, schedule that you've been following, it might get disrupted. And the sheer reason is that there could be more involvement from work perspective. Whatever work you were doing, it might require more hours and effort from your direction. And thereby, there could be a shift in that daily schedule, daily regimen. And this is where you will have to be focused towards your health too, because I anticipate for Aries, there can be some health related impact that might also come into picture. Now, because his aspect is into the second house, there is not necessarily an impact on your wealth because he is promising gains to you, Saturn. But there is a possibility that the savings, the deposits in your bank account may not reflect as you might in conjunction to your income, to your gains, because you might have to put that money onto yourself. Either it could be health related expense or it could be an investment for you to learn something new. And mind you, Aries, if you are making an investment in learning something at this point in time, it is going to be fruitful once Saturn becomes direct again. It's almost like Saturn is giving you an opportunity, especially from a Aries moon sign perspective, guys. He's giving you an opportunity to go and prepare yourself for this Sadhasati duration. That you've seen a trailer from me for the first few months, I'm getting retrograded and I'm giving you a chance that prepare yourself in whatever shape or form you need to equip yourself to spend the remaining time of the sadhya. So Aries, be prepared. In fact, I I would go on to this extent that I would say that investing in yourself, either hitting the gym, you know, making a change in your dietary plans, food habits, making learning some new courses, investing your money into re-equipping yourself, re-skilling yourself in new subjects, new areas, is going to be extremely rewarding in the long run. Do that during this retrograde uh, period. Then Saturn from here is also going to bring a certain degree of stubbornness in you. You could be very direct, you could be very harsh in your communication, especially to your family members, and you will regret it. You know, you might snap at your family member or your near and dear ones, and you might regret, you might realize that that was not necessitated. But the damage would be done, and I anticipate a risk of you hurting the people around you through your words. So please be mindful of your communication as well. It is not that you are not going to be saying something which is unwarranted. It's just that your choice of words could cut like a knife. That truth might be too harsh to digest for the other party. So it's going to be a difficult thing to accomplish, but you will have to figure out how you, communicate your thought process in the most efficient, kind fashion. Saturn is not known for that. He's crude. He's direct. He's difficult from that perspective. But again, this is something, and you guys are ruled by Mars, so it's going to be all the more challenging, especially in the first part of it. Mars is going to be in the sixth house, then seventh and eighth. So it's not going to be easy from that perspective, but you will have to figure out a way to deal with it. Now, as we move further, we see that Saturn's aspect is coming into the sixth house as well. And this retrograded aspect is telling that whilst there will be obstacles, challenges, problems coming your way, you will find a way to cut corners. Now, this time around, because this retrogression is coming into play, I think many of you, and especially again, I will emphasize on the Aries moon guys, that there could be this intent that, I don't want to take one more problem on my plate. I don't want to get into one more battle. I don't want to deal with one more colleague who has an issue with me, or, uh, one another competition who has to rack my brains. And that is okay. It is okay for you to cut some slack for yourself. But at the same time, you have to realize that, you know, avoiding obstacles, avoiding the problems that are coming in your life is not the best approach. But being creative about it, trying to address it in a um, n- atypical fashion could be much more strategically suited in wherever you are in your walk of life. And thus, I would I would want you to pivot your thinking in this direction, that when you face any challenge, when you face any obstacle, please try and figure out, and that obstacle could be as simple as, you've been waking up early in the morning for the last few months and you feel like enough is enough. I need to get some sleep. I need to get some rest. In Sade Sati, people lose sleep. Ask me. So you might want to just get some rest for yourself. It is okay. But that doesn't mean that you lose that day to day discipline from your life. You've been waking up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. You want to wake up at 8. That's fine. I don't want to give a timetable to you guys here, but you understand the drift of where I'm going. Like, you have to cut some slack for yourself, but at the same time, you have to still remain committed to be disciplined, to be objective, to be addressing whatever comes your way. It might not be immediate. You might take a few hours to think about it, to plan around it, and then address it. But don't leave it unattended. If it is a matter which is on your table, you will have to work towards fixing that issue. During this point in time, I have already warned you about your health related affairs. I would want to call out that it may not be best suited period for you to take any kind of humongous loans or getting into any kind of litigations. If you are facing any kind of legal affairs, legal problems, try and push that can down the road. Try and see if you can tackle that at some point in time later. Perhaps post retrogression might be a better suited time. Again, look into your natal dasha, look into the natal strength of your Saturn. Do not make any decision just on the transit bit, guys. There are a lot of people who are out there and claiming in the transit you can do X, Y, and Z. No, I always tell transit has to be taken with a pinch of the salt because we do not have the charts of everybody watching. So we have to give a generic insight into it. But if you feel that from your natal chart as well, enough support is not there, then it may not be a bad idea for you to avoid taking any kind of humongous loans. Cut your coat according to your cloth. Do not go overboard in terms of taking unnecessary risks. This is not a period for that. Saturn is also giving a retrograded aspect to your ninth house. Guys, you will be tempted. You will be tested against your moral compass, against your decision making, against your belief system. There will be situations that will come in your life and you will be you will be questioned, or you will yourself question, am I doing the right thing, or is this the right decision to take? And this is where your belief system has to stick in. This is where you have to, it's almost like the test of Saturn, the test of time, and invariably it is going to come during this retrogression period. You will have situations, dicey situations, where you'll have to take a strategic call. You will have to make that choice. It could be a period which might have unexpected turbulences in the life of your father from his or a health perspective. It could be a difficult period for your bosses, superiors, or in your company in general. But don't worry, your hard work, as long as you are imbibing learning, hard efforts, you will get rewarded. So you will not be paying the penalty for what the higher ups are going through. But it might not be one of the best time for the place of work where you are, for the area where you are operating. It could be a bit challenging and gruesome in those perspectives. This is also going to be a period where you will have a a revisit of your own spirituality, religion within you, or whatever you follow. There is a high probability many of you could embark upon a sudden decision to visit a pilgrimage, a sudden decision to plan for a long distance travel. And I think work related travel, if I don't know if I forgot about it, but work related travels are bound to happen. Okay, that is bound to happen, and please do not shy away from that or cut corners. It is going to help you in the long run. I know it is not convenient for us at times, but it is going to help you in the long run in terms of materializing your uh, your outcomes at work. I hope this reading has made sense. If you have enjoyed this reading, then I request you please smash on that like button, subscribe to Dave Astrology, and keep watching.